They deal with murders, thieves, and sex offenders on a daily basis, and when they go home, they are wives and mothers.
We are talking about the women of the Arizona Department of Corrections, one of the most difficult and misunderstood jobs. 9 News 5's Christina Myers met with 3 women working at Florence Prison to hear about the unique perspective of being a female in a historically all-male career.
Inside the prison walls in Florence, women now make up nearly half of Department of Corrections staff, from the base-level correctional officers.
Count time, guys. Put a shirt on or cover up when I come through.
To the major overseeing security.
I'm looking for contraband. I'm looking for, like this here, he needs to get rid of that.
All the way up to the deputy warden of operations.
Turn your light on, please. Step back a little bit.
And what could be the daunting sound of the prison gate is now a familiar clink to these women.
I'm aware of what these guys can do in the surroundings, but I've never come in here and had any kind of fear at all.
Major Wendy Hackney has been in corrections for 19 years. She started at a time when there were far less women in the department. In fact, she was the only female on her shift, and she did feel the pressure from her male peers.
Well, I've had a couple of times where you've kind of had to prove yourself a little bit in some of your ranks, but once they learned how you work, your work ethic, and how you took care of business, they respected you.
Deputy Warden of Operations Julie Robert also started as a CO 26 years ago. In a different facility, she says the male officers she began with were more concerned with protecting her and the other females.
It was never, you're not capable of doing this, or, we don't think that you're our equal. It was never that, never experienced that one bit.
And these women say they feel the inmates actually give them more respect than they do the male COs sometimes.
I think the inmates gave me a little bit of a lesser hard time. They were more respectful, kind of like I don't know if you want to say like a mother figure.
Because you're the one telling them, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, or I need you to do this or that. And so they take you more as a person in charge. And a lot of them do respect their mothers quite a bit, so they see you in that same persona.
Still, it takes a certain personality to work behind prison walls, sometimes on your own with a room full of criminals. CO2 Elvira Vasquez says she was nervous when she started 18 years ago, but quickly got over it, and now sees the inmates like anyone else.
I see what their crimes are, but you can't let that bother you. They're still human beings, and they need to be treated like human beings.
That respect for the inmates' humanness is what all 3 women say is key. That and standing your ground.
You have to be assertive. I think you do. You can't, this job's not for everybody. There are some people that are easily manipulated, and these guys some of them tend to be manipulators. But you have to be strong. You have to be able to say no, and that's the first thing they teach you in the academy is how to say no.
And when they go home at night, they say they have to separate themselves like from any other job. Focus on being a wife, a mother, themselves.
Making good decisions, making good choices, and get on the right track.
But in the end, their job is much more than simply keeping inmates under control while they serve their time.
Go to work every day and try to help them as much as we can. Get them rehabilitated for the outside world again. That's the best part of it, is where you can be their role model and show them, it's a better world out there.
And that was Christina Myers reporting. It's a tough job.
Oh, yes.
But it looks like, these women are being respected as they should be.
Yeah.